Did you know some cities are designed in shapes so perfect they look unreal from above, like someone literally played a city-building game in real life and went for a perfect score? You see these satellite images and you think, no way that's real, it has to be CGI, but I promise you these places are 100% real and people live there every single day. We're talking about cities shaped like airplanes, stars, and even giant spirals. It's absolutely mind-blowing what humans can build when they put their minds to it, and the scale is just epic. I sent my team all over the world to get the most insane drone footage of these places just for you guys. From the sky, the patterns are so clear, it's like looking at a giant piece of art. Imagine living in a city where every street and every building is part of a massive, perfectly symmetrical design. It's a level of planning that seems almost impossible, but these architects and engineers actually pulled it off. Today, we're exploring 7 cities built in perfect shapes that will blow your mind. We're going to dive deep into why they were built this way, who designed them, and what it's like to live inside a real-life geometric masterpiece. From ancient fortresses to modern utopias, this is going to be an epic journey. So buckle up, because you are not going to believe what you're about to see. Let's get into it. Kicking things off with number 1, we're flying down to South America, to the capital of Brazil. This is Brasilia, and from the sky, it literally looks like a giant airplane. I'm not even kidding. Look at this shot. You can clearly see the fuselage, the cockpit, and the wings. This isn't an accident, it was completely planned this way. It's one of the most ambitious urban planning projects in history, and the result is just insane. This whole city was built from scratch in just 41 months in the late 1950s. The guy behind this crazy idea was an architect named Lucio Costa. His Plano Piloto, or pilot plan, won a competition to design the new capital. The main axis of the city, called the Eixo Monumental, acts as the airplane's fuselage. This is where you'll find all the government buildings, the monuments, and the National Congress. It's a massive, wide-open avenue that stretches for miles, creating this incredible sense of scale and power. Then you have the wings, which are the residential areas. These are called the North Wing and the South Wing. They curve out symmetrically from the central fuselage, just like real airplane wings. Each wing is divided into superblocks, or superquadras, which are these self-contained neighborhoods with their own schools, shops, and parks. The idea was to create a perfect, egalitarian community where everything you need is just a short walk away. The level of organization is just off the charts. Every single sector has a specific purpose. There's a banking sector, a hotel sector, an embassy sector, you name it. It's all laid out with mathematical precision. The cockpit of the airplane at the very front is the Praça dos Três Poderes, or the Square of the Three Powers. This is where you find the Presidential Palace, the Supreme Court, and the National Congress, representing the 3 branches of government. Living here must be like living inside a blueprint. The addresses are even based on a coordinate system. For example, an address might be Superquadra Sul 308, Bloco OK. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but for the people of Brasilia, it's just home. The sheer ambition of building an entire capital city in the shape of an airplane is just classic go big or go home energy. They didn't just want a new capital, they wanted to make a statement to the entire world. And looking at these drone shots, soaring over the perfect wings and down the monumental fuselage, you have to admit they absolutely succeeded. It's a masterpiece of modernism that you can see from space. Next up, we're heading to Italy, to a city that looks like it was ripped straight out of a fantasy novel. This is Palma Nova, and it's a perfectly shaped, 9-pointed star. Seriously, look at this. It's one of the most incredible examples of Renaissance military architecture in the world. When you see it from above, the geometric perfection is just breathtaking. You can't believe humans built this over 400 years ago without the help of modern technology. Every angle, every wall, every street is part of this flawless star design. Palma Nova was built by the Venetian Republic in 1593. Its purpose was simple: to be an impenetrable fortress. The star shape wasn't just for looks, it was a state-of-the-art defensive design. The pointed bastions at the tips of the star allowed defenders to have overlapping fields of fire, creating deadly crossfires for any attacking army. There were no blind spots. Any enemy trying to approach the walls would be exposed to cannon fire from multiple angles. It was the ultimate defensive machine of its time. The city has 3 rings of fortifications, each built at different times, and each one perfecting the star shape. Getting into the city is a challenge in itself. There are only 3 massive guarded gates you can enter through. Once inside, the streets radiate out from a central hexagonal plaza, the Piazza Grande. This central square was the heart of the city, where the military would assemble and where all the main roads converged. It's like the center of a spider web. Imagine being a soldier stationed here centuries ago. You're living inside this perfect geometric fortress, designed to be the pinnacle of military engineering. The layout is so logical and organized. From the central square, you can get to any part of the outer walls in a straight line, making it easy to rush reinforcements to any point under attack. Every detail was meticulously planned for defense and efficiency. It's a masterclass in strategic design. Today, Palma Nova is a peaceful town and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. People live and work within these incredible star-shaped walls. You can walk on top of the massive earthen ramparts which are now covered in grass and trees and get a sense of the sheer scale of the fortifications. It's surreal to think that this calm, beautiful place was designed as a cutting-edge weapon of war. The contrast between its violent purpose and its current tranquility is just amazing. Looking at the drone footage, you can really appreciate the genius of the design. The symmetry is flawless. The 9 points of the star are perfectly spaced, the walls are all uniform, and the streets are laid out like spokes on a wheel. It's a geometric utopia that has survived for centuries. It's not just a city, it's a living museum and a testament to human ingenuity. A perfect star hidden in the Italian countryside. Absolutely incredible. Alright, for our third city we're going to India, to a place that's famous worldwide for its incredible urban planning. This is Chandigarh, a city that was designed by the legendary modernist architect Le Corbusier. After the partition of India in 1947, the state of Punjab needed a new capital, and they decided to build a brand new city from the ground up. They didn't just want a city, they wanted a symbol of a new, modern, and forward-looking India. And boy did they get one. Le Corbusier designed Chandigarh on a massive grid system. But this isn't just any grid. The entire city is organized into rectangular sectors, each measuring 800 by 1200 meters. Think of them as self-sufficient little towns within the city. Each sector was designed to have everything its residents would need: markets, schools, health centers, and lots of green space. The goal was to create a city where you wouldn't have to travel far for your daily needs, reducing traffic and promoting a community feel. The road network is a work of art in itself. Le Corbusier created a hierarchy of roads he called Les 7 V's, or the 7 roads. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. V1 roads are the major highways connecting Chandigarh to other cities. V2s are the main boulevards that run through the city. V3s are the fast-moving roads that loop around the sectors. And it goes all the way down to V7s, which are the footpaths and bicycle tracks within the green spaces. This system is designed to keep fast-moving traffic separate from local, slower traffic, making the city safer and more pleasant. The most famous part of Chandigarh is the Capitol Complex, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is where you find the main government buildings, the Palace of Assembly, the Secretariat, and the High Court. These are massive, sculptural buildings made of raw concrete, which is a signature of Le Corbusier's style. They stand in this huge plaza, looking powerful and monumental. It's like an open-air museum of modernist architecture. What's amazing about Chandigarh is the amount of green space. Le Corbusier called for the creation of lungs for the city. There are huge parks, gardens, and a massive lake, Sukna Lake, which is a popular spot for recreation. The famous rock garden is another incredible feature. It's a massive sculpture garden made entirely from industrial and home waste. It's a testament to the creativity that this planned environment has inspired. Living in Chandigarh is often described as being very different from living in other Indian cities. It's known for being clean, green, and incredibly organized. The grid makes it super easy to navigate, and the sector-based living is really convenient. It's a city that was planned not just for cars, but for people. It's a bold experiment in urban living that has been incredibly successful and remains a benchmark for city planning around the world. The perfect grid is more than just lines on a map, it's a blueprint for a better life. Now let's head back to South America, to a city that is the definition of symmetry. This is La Plata, the capital of the Buenos Aires province in Argentina. And when I say it's a perfect square, I mean it's a perfect square. The city plan is a flawless grid of streets with diagonal avenues cutting through it. From above, it looks like a giant checkerboard. It's so satisfyingly perfect it almost hurts to look at. This city is a mathematician's dream come true. La Plata was founded in 1882 after Buenos Aires became the federal capital of Argentina. The province needed a new capital, so they decided to build one from scratch, and they went all in on logic and order. The designer, Pedro Benoit, created a rigid square grid with numbered streets. The streets running north-south are numbered consecutively, and the streets running east-west are also numbered consecutively. Finding an address here is ridiculously easy. It's the ultimate logical city layout. But here's the genius part. To break up the monotony of the grid and make travel faster, Benoit added diagonal avenues that connect the main plazas in the city center. This creates these amazing, star-like intersections and makes getting from one corner of the city to another incredibly efficient. You can either follow the grid, or you can take a diagonal shortcut. It's a brilliant combination of order and practicality. And the green space, oh my god, the green space. At every 6 blocks there's a small park or plaza, and in the center of the city is a massive park, the Paseo del Bosque, which is home to a zoo, a natural history museum, and an observatory. The idea was to ensure that no resident was ever more than a few blocks away from a green area. This focus on public health and well-being was revolutionary for its time. It's a city designed for people to enjoy. In the exact center of the square city is the main plaza, Plaza Moreno. This is where you'll find the 2 most important buildings, the monumental stone cathedral and the city hall. This central point acts as the anchor for the entire city's design. From here, the perfect grid and the diagonal avenues spread out in every direction. Standing in this plaza, you can really feel the perfect symmetry of the city all around you. It's a powerful feeling. The sheer precision of La Plata is what makes it so mind-blowing. It was planned and built in an era without GPS or computers, yet the accuracy of the grid and the angles of the diagonals are near perfect. They called it the City of Diagonals and the Model City of America. Looking at it from the sky, you can see why. It's a stunning example of how logic, reason, and a desire for order can create a truly beautiful and functional urban environment, a perfect square city, who would have thought? For our next city, we're flying all the way down under to the capital of Australia, Canberra. Now, at first glance, Canberra might not look as obviously geometric as Palma Nova or La Plata, but when you look closer at the city center you realize it's an incredibly complex and beautiful design based on circles, hexagons, and triangles. It's a hidden, geometric masterpiece. It was designed to be a garden city, where the buildings would be set within a beautiful natural landscape. The story of Canberra's design is amazing. In 1911, the Australian government held an international competition to design their new capital. The winners were a husband and wife team of American architects, Walter Burley Griffin and Marion Mahoney Griffin. Their plan was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. It was based on geometric patterns that were carefully laid out to align with the natural topography, like the surrounding mountains and a central lake. The core of their design is the Parliamentary Triangle. This is a massive triangular shape formed by 3 major avenues connecting City Hill, Capitol Hill, where the Parliament House is, and a central point on the other side of the lake. It's the symbolic heart of the nation. Within and around this triangle you have these amazing circular and hexagonal road patterns. The roads loop around in these perfect circles, creating a layout that is both visually stunning and incredibly unique to navigate. The centerpiece of the entire design is Lake Burley Griffin, a huge artificial lake that was part of the original plan. The lake separates the governmental part of the city from the commercial and community areas. The main bridges and avenues cross the lake at key points, creating these incredible vistas and reflections. The way the geometric layout interacts with the water and the hills is just pure genius. It's a perfect fusion of man-made order and natural beauty. Driving in Canberra can be an experience, especially for visitors. You're constantly going around roundabouts and curving roads. It's not a simple grid. The locals call the complex intersection of 7 roads near Parliament House the Spaghetti Junction, but once you get used to it, you realize there's a logic to it all. The circular patterns are designed to flow with the landscape and create a more organic, less rigid feel than a traditional grid. From the top of Mount Ainslie, a hill overlooking the city, you can see the entire design laid out before you. You can see the perfect alignment of the Australian War Memorial, down Anzac Parade, across the lake, to the old and new Parliament houses. It's an axis of power and remembrance, perfectly embedded in a landscape of circles and triangles. It's a city that reveals its geometric secret slowly, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's truly one of a kind. Okay, now we're heading to Europe, to a city in the Netherlands that has one of the most unique and forward-thinking designs on this list. This is Houten, and from above it looks like a perfect ring or maybe a donut. But this shape isn't just for aesthetics, it's part of a radical plan to create one of the safest and most bicycle-friendly cities in the entire world. And they absolutely nailed it. This place is a paradise for cyclists. The design of Houten is centered around a concept called filtered permeability. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. The city is built around a central ring road for cars. If you want to drive from one neighborhood to another on the opposite side of town, you have to go out to the ring road and drive all the way around. You can't cut through the residential areas. This discourages short car trips within the city and keeps traffic out of the places where people live. But for cyclists and pedestrians, it's a completely different story. The inside of the ring is a massive, interconnected network of bike paths and walkways. These paths cut directly through the neighborhoods, parks, and green spaces, creating a web of shortcuts that are only accessible by bike or on foot. This means that for most trips within Houten, it's actually faster to ride your bike than to drive a car. It's a genius way to prioritize people over vehicles. The city is built in two main sections, Houten Zuid and Houten Noord, which are connected by bike paths and a central train station. The whole layout looks like a figure 8 or 2 connected rings. The residential areas are built in these leafy, low-traffic zones called urban, where cars are forced to drive at walking speed. Kids can safely play in the streets, and the atmosphere is incredibly quiet and peaceful. It's a complete reversal of how most cities are designed. The results of this design are staggering. Over 2/3 of all short trips in Houten are made by bicycle. It has one of the lowest rates of traffic accidents in the Netherlands, which is already one of the safest countries in the world. The air quality is better, the people are healthier, and there's a strong sense of community. It's proof that smart urban design can have a massive positive impact on people's lives. Looking at the drone shots, you can see the perfect ring shape and the green spokes of the bike paths reaching into the center. You see cars flowing smoothly on the outer ring, while the inside of the city is a calm oasis of bikes, parks, and people. It's not a city with bike lanes, it's a city that is a bike lane. Houten is a living example of how we can build cities for a more sustainable and human-friendly future. It's not just a ring, it's a revolution in urban design. For our final city, we are going somewhere truly unique. This isn't a capital city or a fortress, it's an experimental township in southern India with a mission to realize human unity. This is Auroville, and its design is one of the most spiritual and symbolic on the planet. From above, Auroville is designed to look like a spiral galaxy. It's a breathtaking concept that is meant to represent the universe and the ideal of coming together. The vision for Auroville came from Mira Alfassa, known as the Mother, and it was designed by architect Roger Anger. The plan is for the city to radiate outwards in a spiral from a central point. At the very heart of the city is the Matrimandir, a massive golden sphere that looks like something from another planet. It's not a temple for any specific religion, it's a place for silent concentration and is intended to be the soul of the city. The structure is absolutely stunning, covered in golden discs that reflect the sunlight. The city is divided into 4 zones that spiral out from the center, each with a specific purpose. There's the industrial zone for manufacturing and crafts, the cultural zone for arts and education, the residential zone, and the international zone, which is meant to host pavilions from every country in the world. The idea is to create a complete, self-sufficient society based on harmony and collaboration. Surrounding the entire city is a massive greenbelt. This area is dedicated to forests, farms, and wildlife sanctuaries. It acts as the lungs of the city, a buffer against the outside world, and a place for research into sustainable agriculture and reforestation. When Auroville was founded in 1968, the land was a barren desert. The residents have since planted millions of trees, completely transforming the landscape into a lush, green forest. It's an ecological miracle. The spiral layout, known as the Galaxy Plan, is still a work in progress. The city is being built slowly and organically by its residents, who come from over 60 different countries. It's not a city that was built all at once, but one that is constantly evolving and growing. Living here means being part of this ongoing project to create a new way of life. The radial streets and spiraling form are meant to guide the city's growth for centuries to come. Looking down on the master plan and the parts of the spiral that have been built, you can see the incredible vision. The Matrimandir sits at the center like a sun, and the different zones spiral outwards like planets. It's a city designed not just for function, but for meaning. It's a physical representation of a powerful idea that people from all over the world can come together to build a better future. A city shaped like a galaxy, reaching for the stars. So there you have it, 7 cities with designs so perfect they seem almost impossible. From a giant airplane in Brazil and a defensive star in Italy to a perfect square in Argentina and a galaxy-shaped utopia in India. Each one is a testament to human creativity, ambition, and the desire to create order out of chaos. It's insane to think about the level of planning and effort that went into building these places. They're not just cities, they're massive works of art you can live in. Seeing these geometric marvels from above really changes your perspective. It makes you realize that the world is full of these hidden wonders, designs that are only truly visible from the sky. It proves that with a bold vision we can shape our environment in incredible ways, whether it's for defense, efficiency, sustainability, or even spiritual unity. These architects and planners weren't just building streets and houses, they were building their dreams on a colossal scale. We traveled the world to bring you these incredible views, and I hope your mind is as blown as mine is. Which of these perfectly shaped cities would you love to visit? Are you Team Star Fortress or Team Bicycle Donut? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing facts. We're always searching for the most